for Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, for just the person, just the person. So bear with us for a little bit. We're just going to start the pod with a moment of silence. Thank you guys for that. With that, we're going to get into the show. All right? 3, 2, 1.
It's simple.
Yo, 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 yo. Welcome, everybody. It is I, the Most High, my tag team partner, CT, a.k.a. Chidi Bang. Y'all know what it is, man.
We are the Underground and Professional Wrestling Podcast, and it has been a rough week, a somber week
yes.
of wrestling
Yes.
because we lost a great one. Played out Scott Hall, the guy who changed the business, So we want to give him his flowers and send our condolences to his friends and family. We lost a great guy, a resilient guy, a veteran, a legend, and just thank you for all the memories and thank you for all the times. And for being the, rest in peace to the bad guy, just incredible in what he performed. When he came in at Razor Ramon, which is my favorite part of his career, he had that charisma, It was undeniable.
Nah, it wasn't charisma. Machismo. It was machismo, dog. My nigga ain't had no charisma. My nigga had machismo, dog.
Yeah.
And this Intercontinental Championship, even though this isn't the one that he made famous, he made this title famous. The Intercontinental title. Shout out to Pat Patterson, the originator of it all. But this Intercontinental Championship was seen as the title when he had it. I got the gold around my neck, and I got my most precious gold around my waist. You know what I'm saying? So, and that was just one half of his career. That was just one half. My nigga went and changed it and made his whole fucking other joint with it, with his real name, and owned his shit by being Scott Hall, and took manners and his own destiny into his own hands. And he had a partner in crime that, every step of the way, that motherfucker held it down with him and walked with him. And they changed the game. They changed the business.
They did. They were just so fucking cool, man. Like, I never knew what the fuck this was. But it was fucking cool. Was it a jackhammer? Was it a pogo stick? I don't fucking know. But it was fucking cool. Come on. Everybody knows that shit, man. Well, shout out to Razor Ramon. Shout out to Scott Hall, the man, the myth, the legend, the Hall of Famer, and just all around, great wrestler, So,
in honor of you. In honor of you. What we gonna do? We ain't even mean to rhyme with that. But we gonna throw one back. Listen, you had your battles, you had your demons, you had your problems. But that's what made you fucking you, dog. Fuck that wrestling shit. That's what niggas came and brought you in, nigga. DDP, Jake the Snake, Trips, Sean, Kevin, all them niggas loved you because of what you went through. So what we gonna do one last time for you, my nigga. I know you probably never wanted to see a bottle again in your life. We're gonna take a shot for you, my nigga. For you, Scott. For you. We gonna pour up one, and we gonna motherfucking get past this, because not only did you fuck up the week, nigga, last week wasn't even motherfucking good either, nigga. Like, god damn, brother. You know what I'm saying? So,
rest in peace.
Rest in peace to the bad guy.
Cheers.
Man. So the title of the episode is Kayfabe. Is it dead or different?
Everybody says it's dead. I need some water. Shit. Everybody says it's. I haven't told the challenge, but me and my exes. But it's all going to into that. But everybody says Kayfabe.
I was gonna play games.
She might as well.
That's why you my nigga, bro. I love you. Oh man. Oh my god. Oh man. Oh, okay.
Kayfabe. We're not getting into the girlfriend's conversation because
that's dead.
That's dead.
That ain't different.
That's dead.
That's dead. Oh.
But Kayfabe. Here's the thing: if people be telling us that is dead, so y'all buy everything. Man.
Oh my gosh!
Y'all buy everything. Y'all be making shit up to trick yourselves. Oh my god! And hey, I've done it myself. You know, I get caught up in the. This is my talking about myself, guys. I'm a huge wrestling fan, so I get caught up in the hype of certain things. Whether it's, oh my god, are we gonna get Sting and Undertaker Eros Media? No, we're not. We're never gonna get it. You know, I thought that one day maybe. Kayfabe, got your ass. Listen, this week you can talk about Cody Rhodes.
Yes, and the Codyverse.
And the Codyverse is coming to the WWE. Oh my God, it's a crossover. It didn't happen. Y'all tricked yourselves, man. We don't know if he's signed, and this is not me being a holier down wrestling fan. This is just how I see it. You know, I'm not saying you guys can't see it your way. This is how I see it. Do I want to see Cody show up in WWE? Absolutely. I'm a fan of the guy. I'm a fan of his family. I'm a fan of his ring work. What he just did with Sammy to leave his legacy in AEW was great. If he never wrestles again, I'm completely fine with it. However, until it's confirmed and I see him on my screen, I'm not going to be pissed off that he's not on screen. Like, I'm not going to look at Raw like, oh my God, how did you not give us what we should have not expected? You know, I cannot be that guy anymore. You know, when you know more, you know too much, you do better, and I'm not there. You know, so when it comes to Kayfabe, I feel like they even know that y'all expected it, and they were teasing it. They've been saying nightmare stuff. The Miz a couple of weeks was saying
his opportunities dashed right in front of his eyes.
Yeah, you know,
you know what I'm saying?
This is like the new way of Kayfabe of like getting. I'm not sure if you want to call it Kayfabe, but it's a thing of where they're teasing you guys. You know, Seth Rollins comes out, he does the ear thing like Cody does in the meme, and I wonder, like, if you guys see this, then you guys can see through it. I feel like, you know. Just accept the shows for what they are, and I try my best to do that. I honestly don't do a very good job at it because I'm a critic. I'm gonna be honest with you. I critique the shows every single week, but when I watch it, I don't critique them for things that they never promised. You know, and that's the thing. I think we can go a little bit too far with the kayfabe and expecting that since that kayfabe is dead, we know now what wrestling is. You guys are kayfabing yourselves online. Social media is so hard to trick the fans. It's so hard to hold kayfabe that what they do is they just say, fine, let you guys go crazy. Let you guys go crazy, and we'll tease you on TV, and then that's the kayfabe now. So I think that it's morphed and it's different. It's now internet fans being riled up over something that they shouldn't have expected in the first place.
Well, I mean, that's ultimately like wrestling. I think that kind of like draws into what we talk about, right? So the fandom of it all. You know what I'm saying? So again, you said we're wrestling fanatics, which we are. We love wrestling. That's why we got a fucking podcast, right? And not necessarily like like we wanted to bring something different to the conversation, right? Of wrestling, professional wrestling. And our conversation that we had today that was part of the pre-show kind of leads to where we're at now with this business and logic conversation that we're in right now about, and it ties with Scott, right? Scott, Rick Rude, Lex Luger, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, right? The de facto or the defection from one place to another led the entitlement of fandom a little bit more, right? So
I think it was before that because I always think with wrestling, it just has this aura about it where you want to know if this is real or fake, and it's always been there. It's always been there since
that's true.
The 80s, 70s, and there's some people who always saw through like this is not real.
This is not real.
A real fight, and then other people were like, no, Hulk Hogan really, or Ric Flair was really with Macho Man's wife, and they really bought in because the storylines they were telling was easy to do, Put on a television show, don't tell them that it's fake, and then when you go out to these, interviews or news channels, keep your character because we're gonna tell these people that this is really a fight going down, and you guys want to pay to see it. Now, are we there anymore? No, it's evolved to a point where we're not that, but the energy is still there of fans wanting to know everything. I feel like and wanting to know more than they should, not letting them actually make the meal. They want to be in the kitchen looking at it while you make it. And when it comes to,
are you that type of fan?
No, I don't think I am. I know that you might think I am, but I know that I'm not.
Well, that's the comment. You can hold it while I roll up. That's why I was trying to prop it up, keep it in camera. One of the conversations that I wanted to have though was, listen, I do believe that we as fans like to be in the kitchen. Listen, my wife fucking hates it, and so do I. But we do it to each other. And what I'm asking is that when we talk about if we know better, we do better, right? We had a conversation. For fans, are we so smart that we're dumb? Because we put ourselves in the situation, right? Y'all niggas watched a whole Raw episode because y'all, okay, for instance, we talk about sports. Man, you talk about sports. A lot of niggas are right now wanting to know everything that their sports team is doing. They're tracking the private jets of their owners, flight itinerary.
Where's Deshaun Watson going? Oh,
where Jimmy Haslam went from West Palm Beach to Houston to nigga, bruh. If he comes to your team, he comes to your team. Yeah. And again, that goes back to Cody. If he comes to your team, nigga,
then he comes.
He comes to your team.
I'm gonna deal with it when he gets there. Even with I'm a huge Jets fan. I don't get too hype about the free agent signings that.
No, say what you said on the say what you just said on the podcast.
I said fuck Von Miller. That's what I said.
I'm aggregating the shit out of that, nigga.
Von Miller, and I love as a man, as an athlete. Shout out to Von Miller. Honestly, he's a great player, but he's now on the Bills. He's in my division as a Jets fan. You gotta ride with your team. So it's fuck Von Miller as long as he's the Bill, which probably for
your ass better be scared.
I ain't scared of Von Miller. I ain't scared of Von Miller.
Okay, you might not be scared. Zach Wilson, be scared. He ain't got to run from that motherfucker.
We got Latham Tomlinson. You good. You got our line getting worked on. You gonna be all right this year. Anyways, what you're saying, when it comes to the analogy of overwatching, what's going on in the business and everything. Yeah, I do think that I do watch what happens. But as far as the television show, I don't think that. Here's the thing: if my team makes a bad free agency signing, I'm gonna fucking call it out. That's a bad fucking contract. If WWE puts on a bad performance, I'm gonna fucking call it out. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna be mad because they didn't sign the guy I wanted.
But sometimes you don't know that until and that was and I think that's more of our conversation. Sometimes we don't know until it happens. A bad signing, a bad contract, a bad player, a bad scheme, a bad right in the sports conversation, right? And I we bounce back and forth, but we don't know until because ultimately we think that anybody that comes under our umbrella, our team, our scheme is going to fit. We're going to be able to tell a significant difference from where they were or who they were to where they come here. With wrestling, we do have that same perception. And I think it's good to have, but not because when I say watch the movie, I have no idea. We look at the front page of Von Miller, 6 years, $120 million. I instantly text my nigga, I'm like, now what the fuck them niggas doing? But then ESPN with a correction, nah, This is 3 years, 45 or 53 guaranteed, with the rest of we'll figure it out type of thing. So we like, okay, now that's a little bit more. And sometimes it's all about presentation.
Mm-hmm.
We don't necessarily give a fuck about the storytelling of it all, because if we're gonna bounce around. MJF and Wardlow situation, we called last week. We called on the podcast like, yo, it gotta happen this way, because if it don't make no other sense. And sometimes that's all that needs to happen.
And you're happy.
And I'm happy, and I'm satisfied with that. So, and I know some fans is like, not you, but again, we're talking about being in the know and wanting to know. The curtain caller we came up. Back then, there wasn't no internet. If there was an internet, niggas would have been contract in this day. He wins this, and we would have not had moments that we were able to look back on with hindsight, because niggas want to know everything up front, and that's where I feel like
I would love if we could have a month off of social media for the year, like 1 month a year where we just no social media. We go back to the old days,
like a purge, nigga, like a social media purge.
I would like that.
No Facebook, no Twitter, no Instagram.
I think that people will move differently and act differently. I think the shows might be different too. You know, however, I do think that
you talking about wrestling or the world.
I want the world and everything.
Yeah,
everything.
World, no social media.
Yeah, just for a little bit, and we get back to it in a month. Like, yo, that shit was crazy, right? No, like, I couldn't talk about it. I couldn't say that. I couldn't post it. You know, yeah, nigga, don't post shit. Just chill and experience the world for what it is. You know, the world is not digital. Just put it out. But however,
we might have to change the name of the podcast. The world is not digital.
But I was a nerd back in the 90s, and I saw this online.
Okay.
And
so tell me how you felt back then.
Back then, I was so confused.
Okay.
I was like, are they starting a group? Like, you know, and then so then I started to think, oh, this is clearly fake. You know, this is when I was starting to really understand, like, okay, this is clearly, you know, not fake, you know, because when my brothers and mothers and sisters and brothers, they do, you know, this is not real, right? And I was like, I don't know. I would just sit there like, I don't know. And so I realized.
Yeah, because I never saw no garbage man like get busy. Like some of them, like, yeah, man, like, I ain't never saw.
And I also didn't care. So the question never was really like, I need to know if it's real or not to like it. I didn't really care. But when I saw this, I was like, oh, okay, so they're friends, really cool. I thought maybe they're starting a group, but then next thing you know, it's a fake Diesel and a fake Razor and Roll. Like, what the fuck is going on? Because I didn't know WCW. Like, I was a WWE guy. I didn't even know WCW. I'm a New Yorker, you know. So they took my market. And when I finally found out about WCW, Hogan was already there. So Hogan was when maybe came to WCW. And I was like, oh, they got this now war going on, you know. So when this happened and WCW did their thing, I was almost one of the guys who were blind to what was happening really in the world of wrestling until later on I would look back and say, oh, okay, there was a war going on and it stemmed from this moment.
Now, and I'm gonna add on to you. I knew there was a WCW. I knew there was a WWF. I did not know there was competing.
Okay.
So growing up, again, you know, I watched my shows.
I might have been like that too.
I had my wrestling action figures. You know, I had my Vader, my Chris Benoit's. I had, and those WCW. I had my Ron Simmons. You know what I'm saying? Like, those were WCW wrestlers.
Yeah.
Sting, T-shirt, blonde Sting with the red, white, blue paint. That type of fucking wrestling, like the waxy joints. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I kind of looked at WCW as like bootleg wrestler. Oh, these are the guys who were trying to like WWE. Because I was just a huge fan.
But see, I didn't think until, again, you talk about Macho, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, when they come over.
Like, that's 93, 94, 95.
Mm-hmm.
Right then, that's cognitive remembering for us,
mm-hmm.
right? Because you also got to remember, when we talk about wrestling, I'm 33, 34, shout out to my nigga. Oh, hold on. Hold the motherfucking phone. We got to do it. We got to take this off. I got to get off the goddamn camera.
What the fuck is going on?
Last motherfucking week was my nigga Chidi Bae's birthday, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we just got a motherfucking give shout out to my nigga. Give my nigga his. You want to talk about give people flowers and roses, but that's what we talk about as a 33-year-old man, 34-year-old man, our cognitive mind. We talking about 93, 94, 95, 96. Like, yes, that is our most influential times of wrestling.
Yeah.
So we talking about Razor, Diesel, Shawn, Bret, Hawk, Macho. Those people in those interchangeable companies made wrestling intriguing. So I can almost automatically kind of put myself in a position of my little nephew Jameer, who's 10, who all he knew was fucking but loves women wrestling. I'm scared a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But shout out, love my dad. I teach him the way. My nigga love women, dog. You know what I'm saying? So
hey, I'm with you, bro.
For him, for him though, for him to be able now to see, oh, Daniel Bryan went to Bryan Danielson over here. Like he has that Scott Hall feeling now. You know what I'm saying? Like he has that cool. Adam Cole went from AEW. I mean NXT to AEW. Like he has those.
He gets it.
Feelings now. And
does he get that there's a competition?
No.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying. Okay. So I agree with you. Kayfabe isn't dead.
It isn't.
It's different.
It's different.
It's different. And I agree.
I mean,
but we also have to protect it. We have to protect it.
We can.
We
don't do that on this podcast. But we can protect it for the little ones. Like for instance, Royal Rumble, we had on your neighbor,
my guy Sebastian. Shout out my guy.
Shout out to Sebastian. And he said some of the most outlandish shit that I thought was hilarious because it was never happening. It was
not.
It was not something
who should win the Royal Rumble. And my nigga said Bobby Roode, and we was like,
alright, I'm finna get disrespectful with this motherfucker.
I have to leave the stream. Go back and watch it. Like I had to leave the stream because I didn't want to laugh at his take because it's his take, and I didn't want to ruin it for him either. He's a young kid, teenager. I don't want to ruin it for him either. But when you start to be understanding the business and you're jaded by it or whatever, you understand what's going on. You can see that there's no fucking way Bobby can win the Royal Rumble. But I want him to have that moment where he felt like anybody can win the Royal Rumble. And I remember feeling that like, oh, anybody can win it. So sometimes I feel like, you know, are we the toxic ones in the wrestling community where we're just saying this is bullshit?
Yeah.
Because
and I think that was kind of our conversation we fought back and forth about with the. And the reason why I'm steering this conversation this way, excuse me, because a lot of people in this medium use this medium to specifically use a lot of their time and energy to talk about things that they don't like, how things should have been, how they would have did it, how things that I get that because I get that. That's why we have our opinion. But with what they give us. If it's shit, call it shit, yes. But if it ain't shit, and we can kind of figure out how to like make it less shit to be a little bit more palatable, and but you say you shake your head that, but you just say you're a Jets fan or you're a Mets fan or like you know what I'm saying, or like
I call them out too. I call the Jets out too all the time on some bullshit. Adam Gase was coach. I told him that he should never been coaching. He should have been fired, you know, and he was. So that's the thing about me. If I see the energy is moving a certain direction, I ride with it. I've been calling AEW out for them growing as a company since they started.
On, did you know?
Because I knew that they had a potential to be different in WWE and garner interest. And what are they doing now? Selling us shows in Orlando. I knew this, so I can see the scope of things and see where things are going. WWE, I like to shout out whenever things are going right with them. Sometimes you don't even like that. I was giving praise to Roman and Brock when it first happened. You know, you're like, I'm never going to be interested in this. And that's cool because you're comfortable with your own opinion. But me, as a wrestling fan, you know that I like storytelling. You know that I like, you know, it making sense. I'm going to call it out for what it is. And now I don't expect this podcast to be something where I expect the teenagers and little kids to watch because this ain't
smoking weed.
We're smoking
and I got
weed,
pussy on my shirt.
Exactly. So I come here and I speak the truth of how I feel. You know, and I don't want to make something that's kind of okay better. That's not me. I'm like, okay, this is what I see. I'm gonna see. I don't like it, or I do. Now, if you like it, or we're going to spaces and I hear people say they want to get shenanigans, they might fucking love whatever they see on TV. And I'm gonna say I still fucking hate that shit. That's trash, you know. And that's just my opinion. But at the same time, it's not like a company versus company thing. I've talked about shit about Impact. I've also given Impact praise. I talked shit about AEW. I've also given Impact praise. talk shit about the WWE, also give them praise. So my standpoint is, when it comes to this podcast, Legal Wrestling, I come here and I like giving my real take. My real take is not always going to be positive.
My real take in it, but when you just ask, when that goes back to, and I can, that's a period.
Mm-hmm.
But my question on that is that when you ask about, are we the toxic ones, right? Not us, but when you're saying that it's not always going to be positive, but when we don't know the intention of what it is that they're presenting. Sometimes, like you say, marketing.
No,
what
we do know, because Vince told us. It's very easy for him to make business decisions because of his stockholders, and that's what I've been saying on this podcast from day one. Hey, ever since they went kind of like public, the show's kind of changed a little bit. It's been good still, but they definitely don't have the heart that they used to have.
Well, that
might be forever lost.
Well, that goes back to is kayfabe dead where it's different? Is competitive spirit dead or different? Is the analytics that, like, how we consume content, right? What we grew up about football ain't what we watch. Yeah. What we grew up on basketball ain't what we watch.
The evolution
of the business impacts the creative. Yeah. And with that, we adjust.
Mm-hmm.
We adjust.
I don't adjust, and that's the thing about
you do adjust as a football consumer. You do adjust
as a football consumer.
And
I've wanted just the Jets to win. That's what I come to football for. I don't care if you're passing it. I don't care if you're running it. I don't care if you're not tackling the quarterback. I don't care if you are tackling the quarterback. We want to win this fucking game, and that's just my perspective when it comes to football. In WWE, my perspective goes a little deeper. It's a little bit to like what I want as a television show.
And boom, so let's get into that conversation, because not you, I don't want to attack you.
No, go ahead.
This is a conversation I want to have in depth. Mm-hmm. A lot of wrestling fans don't know what the fuck they want. We've had that previously. I want you to eloquently explain what it is that you want and like about wrestling outside of the storytelling, performance, right? What's the 4 pillars of wrestling?
When I talk about the 4 pillars of wrestling, we talk about this is a business where you're selling competitive combat storytelling. It's like I look at it like Cirque du Soleil mixed with Broadway, mixed with MMA, mixed with boxing. Mixed with wrestling. All of that comes into one, and it's we're booking is a fight, a fake fight that has region. So from when I come and pay my hard-earned money, I want the fight to look like, hey, you guys are putting in the effort that this can look like it's a competitive competition, having a good match, having buy into the characters, so that I want this guy to win, beat that guy, or that guy beat that guy, or maybe I don't care who wins. I just want to see be on the edge of my seat when I watch it. That's called some match quality. Over the years, WWE's got made millions of dollars, and not millions of dollars have been pumped back into the company to increase the presentation. Now companies like AEW know they need presentation. They can't just operate like an indie. They're going to be on television. Nitro did the same thing. Oh, we're going to get fireworks. Actually, they're the ones who really started. Then WWE started picking shit from them and bringing Nitro girls, all that stuff. And then they started changing the presentation of your television show. So when I can literally say, oh, that was a great match, but they kind of didn't present it well. Or, man, that entrance was cool. They presented it well. That match kind of didn't live up to what I expected. I said it's about scheduling matches, right? Booking. Booking is a part of it. What matches do people want to see? People want to see a match, Edge versus AJ Styles. WrestleMania, guys. What the fuck is the story? And that's the 4th part. I don't care. I want all 4 to hit so I like wrestling. And when it comes to the booking of Edge and AJ Styles, that is great booking. We've never seen the match before. These are 2 veterans, 2 legends, bona fide Hall of Famers, and it's WrestleMania. So we're going to see two veterans go at it. But this storyline has been garbage. Has the presentation been great? Yeah, Edge has new music. He has great new entrants. Dope. The match quality, we'll find out at WrestleMania. So that's how I kind of critique wrestling when I watch it.
So so essentially 3 out of 4 is that for you. Now, if it's 3 out of 4, is it failing to you?
It's a great question. It's a great question.
Because
but when I come here, this is what I'm saying. I can't say that until after WrestleMania. But this is what I'll say to you because I haven't seen the third. You haven't seen the match quality.
Yeah. So yes. Okay.
I've seen the match quality.
Correct.
But I will say this.
Correct.
If one out of the two is not hitting, and we're on a week.
Which one of the two?
If one of the if storylines are not hitting for me, which I'm a storyteller, I might put a little bit more emphasis on that because I like the stories. But I'll say this about this sphere. When I come on this podcast, it's about the week that was.
Okay.
If the week that was has no storytelling to get me to the booking,
tell me about myself.
Tell me about myself.
Hold on.
I'm going to tell you each and every week as we progress towards WrestleMania where I stand on it. And if the storyline picks up this week, which it didn't, I would have been like, you know what? They got me back. Just like with MJF and CM Punk thing. They were good at first. They started talking about Britt Baker. I was like, this is bullshit. Why are they doing this shit? These promos are not hitting for me. Then they switched it into another gear. The match was good. He choked them out. And then they even elevated it and they got me back and they brought me back in. The match was good, booking good, presentation. CM Punk
and the storytelling.
So all four hit. And I'm like,
fuck you, Meltzer. We're 4-star matches, bitch. Take one of those goddamn stars off. Too many stars, nigga.
But that's how I rank it, And I know there's a lot that goes into it with character, but I think character is something that's on the performer. I don't think that's on the company.
No.
Yeah, I think that's on the performer.
So basically, when you're talking about an entity of wrestling, AEW, Impact, WWE, MLW, you got 4 pillars that you stand tall on.
Mm-hmm. And I know what I want from wrestling. So I want people to also know, hey, you might not want my criteria. Find your criteria though, so you know that you're not just talking shit. And just shitting on everything. Because me, when I shit on something, it's with a purpose. I know exactly why I'm calling it out. And it's not like, I just don't like it. It's like, especially now, maybe if you go back 3 years to the first podcast, maybe there were moments where I'm like, you'll feel it, and that's what it was. After watching wrestling so intensively over the last couple of years, I know exactly what I'm talking about when I want to watch a presentation. Like Bianca Belair and Sasha, storyline, match quality, the moment was right. Presentation was right. It was good. It was good.
From the presentation from Bianca winning Royal Rumble with no fans, to at least being at WrestleMania with like some atmosphere, of fans, and that you can't replace that.
It was magic. So and I knew it was special going into. We all knew, going into.
Right, you called that shit 6 months again.
I called that a while ago.
But this is something else that I'm talking about, right? Fans. If you fantasy book and you do not receive that fantasy, it's okay.
Okay. That is so
I let Chidi have his moment. I needed him to explain it, but I wanted to punctuate with that, nigga. If you do not get what it is that you want, it is okay. And again, we talk about, hey, yes, it is scripted. Guess what else is scripted? Marvel, DC, all the shit we watch on television. And some of that shit don't be hitting either. But when it does, when everything does, you still got some niggas saying, well, I don't know about that, Batman. I don't know about those Spider-Men together. We knew it was coming. We caught it. Nigga, it don't matter. Yeah. If it's presented well and you like it and the storyline is patched in together. And again, some of the things that they're presenting to you, you also don't know the totality of it all. They're just possibly giving you a little piece of what they have
at a time. Yeah.
And I think that's another thing we talk about, people being in the kit, that metaphor. There's a lot of one dish meals, okay? And what that means is that one thing has to cook completely in that pan first before we're able to move on.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Unfortunately,
a lot of times we killing it just off of the the fucking the
you put oil in the pan. I use butter. You put oil. Oh my god. Oh, coconut oil. Bitch,
the wrong knife on the cutting board? How you gonna
get the skin off the salmon and you don't know how to use the right knife to cut the skin off the salmon? How you gonna have a perfectly cut nigga? I'm not even making perfectly cut salmon. I'm making chopped salmon, nigga. You don't even know what I'm making. You don't even know what I'm doing in here. But you got a motherfucking idea of what I'm doing. Man, if you don't sit the fuck down, nigga. I wish I was Vince. I'm glad I'm not Vince, nigga. I wish I was Vince, nigga. I would have went on the Pat McAfee show. I would have put my dick on the table like this.
Vince has been telling us to suck his dick for years.
This is my dick on the table.
He's been doing that for years, though. Vince, if you've been watching the wrestling, Vince has been telling us, suck my dick for years. Yo, the whole Daniel Bryan thing was forcing his hand. Yo, like, we have to force his hand when we actually want something to happen that, but yeah, there's a lot of the Sting Undertaker, fuck y'all. No, we're gonna use Sting Triple H, and he's gonna lose.
We're gonna give you DX and NWO,
yeah,
which is just all my niggas. It's just all my niggas.
All my niggas.
Yeah. Oh man, so yo, moving on with the show. That was a great drink, man. I can't wait to chop that up and cut that up and put that on the pod, man. Put that on our YouTube. Going forward, man, we did say that the week leading up to this week did start off rough, and it did. It started off rough because SmackDown, when we talk about things we like, things we don't like, Butch. I don't know.
Look, now tell me, say it. Be that guy. Be that guy that you hate.
Hold on. Dog. Why y'all name my nigga Butch, brother?
But hey, Vince is gonna make you like whatever, right? Dewdrop. Keith Lee, Bearcat. Hold on. The names don't matter. But when it's Pete Dunne, one of your favorite guys.
Hold on, I'm not gonna hold you.
You feel some type of way.
I'm not gonna hold you. They put that nigga in suspenders, and he's British. Butch works for that nigga. I ain't gonna hold. I don't fuck with it, but it works, and yeah. I do understand this. Liam Neeson plays the same character in every movie, but he ain't the same character in every movie, right? So Pete Dunne,
he's gonna be the same nigga.
Can be the same nigga
and
a different character. And if I can, like we say, wrestling and film, if we want to collaborate the two, because that was the original idea of what it is that we wanted to kind of incorporate.
Yeah, before me,
I do not like Wesley and Nash Carter. I know they might have some. I think I talked to my homie about that. I think they got some sentimental. Honestly, I don't even think so, because I don't think my nigga know a nigga named Wes or Lee or Wesley. Yeah.
Bruce Lee.
Wesley Snipes.
That's all I can think of.
Oh man. So, but yeah, names.
Here's the thing.
Yeah,
names matter. I'll say that first. Names do matter.
Gunther and Walter matter.
Here's what I'll say. Gunther and Walter, no. But I think that, to me, I don't care about that one. But names matter because this is what you're going to be known as going forward. I think WWE shouldn't be changing people's names from NXT to the main roster anymore if they're on national TV. That's my own opinion.
That is
correct. They're on national TV.
Now that is correct. If they share the same network, you go from Monday to Tuesday. If I see you on Tuesday and Friday, nigga, like if I watch wrestling, I know who the fuck you is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I know who the fuck you is now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, shout out to my niggas.
But we're going to be calling him Butch from now on, and eventually we're not going to feel... I think me, you will know Pete Dunne because he's done a ton of great work in NXT.
Butch and Rich about to get off. I ain't going to hold you, man.
Speaking of Rich, but how do you feel about Rich Holland at all? Like, just before we get into what happened. As a performer. Because I don't...
He's cursed. He's cursed as a performer. If you just want me to be completely honest. Because before Velveteen broke that nigga leg, I didn't know that nigga was sexing teenagers. So he ruined everything, nigga. Like, he ruined everything. I think life, nigga, we wasn't even in the pandemic before he broke his goddamn leg. I don't think.
So he's saying he ended
nigga, he's the black cat of wrestling, nigga. That's what he is, nigga.
two of our favorites, he ended their careers.
The fuck, nigga? Send that nigga back to where the fuck he came from, nigga. The fuck? Yeah, what do you think about Ridge? I don't try to think about this nigga, Ridge Island, because this nigga ain't. Now, I'm gonna be okay. So now we talk about his kayfabe dead or different, right? I'm watching SmackDown with my wife and CJ, and the spot happens outside, and instantly I had to rewind because I said that wasn't supposed to happen, right? And there's not. I swear to God, I'm not lying. I'm telling my wife, I don't know. I never took a bump. I've never been in a ring, but hips didn't pop. Hips didn't. Rich didn't kind of get, and Big E didn't kind of, and it just didn't look good. And when he hit his head, I said, "Babe, that
was bad.
That was bad." I said, "That's concrete underneath there." She was like, "And you want my son to wrestle?" I'm like, "Fuck!" I said the wrong thing, man. You know what I'm saying? But it was bad, man. It was bad. Ridge Holland, belly to belly suplex to Big E, and unfortunately, Big E broke his neck. Big E broke his neck, and as we talk somberly right now, we do want you to understand, if you haven't watched Wrestling Show, I know my nigga Rich is behind. He's gonna listen to this shit and be like, "Yo, listen, he's good. He's moving his digits. He's moving his fingers. He's back home."
I want to just shout out Big E because,
you know what I'm saying? So
I've never seen Big E in a bad light. I've never seen him not bring joy and life to a scenario, whether we're talking about Black Lives Matter, whether
our heroes rock that he built an initiative out with that, bringing light to our Black heroes.
He really is a good person, and and I just fuck with people like that, that can be so wholesome. Because I know I'm not. I wish I was, but I'm not as wholesome as the guy, and I would be pissed if I was him. Like this literally calls into question his career. But I want him to, I hope that he recovers fast and people have returned from this. But it does take a long time.
As we tweeted from the show, we did want to say all we want you to do is rest and recover. Like that's
honestly,
we don't like you say like yes.
That goes without saying because we above all else I believe that.
Well, because coming, the pressure, right? We talk about
I don't
spot gonna be, but we always talk about the humanity of wrestling,
absolutely.
Right? And back in the day, right, wrestlers will rush to get back to their spot,
and that's
rush back to get back to get their money, rush to get back to get in front of that fan to give us our entitled spoiled ass a nigga that motherfucker be straddling the motherfucking ring and the spear outside the ring. He's going to rush back for that.
Take your time.
Take your fucking
honestly,
time, man.
If you don't come back, you've done great. I want to just say,
yes.
you've done amazing, and
thank God you got that fucking.
And you made history. Thank God you've been champion.
Yes,
the champion, and your name's in the books no matter what. You're solidified. But more than anything, just heal up, take your time, and just thank you for bringing light to the situation, light to just wrestling as a whole, because it's easy to get down on your position. He's never done that. It's easy to get down on an injury or something, and he always has that positivity going on. It's not a gimmick. He literally lives the power of positivity, and seeing him on that live, it quelled my heart for his concern, because I'm like, when you feel pain for somebody and they're like, it's all good. You don't have to feel it. I'm gonna be all right. I'm doing all right. It just makes you feel better and more at ease, because we all love Big E.
God damn, for the New Day too, right? Like Big E gets moved back to SmackDown because they kind of didn't want Kofi being by himself, because Xavier had went down, and then when Big E and Kofi's doing their thing, Big E goes down. previously Kofi had the baby, and then it was, and Xavier had to do this thing with the fucking King of the Ring.
This is why they should end the New Day. I mean, they don't need to be around each other all the time. I'm sorry, but they don't. But I guess they're moving pieces. It's like utility, and I get it. But
when Biggie comes back,
Biggie should never have been back with them. Ooh. He should never been on SmackDown.
So you think that this wouldn't have, or probably couldn't have?
I'm not gonna say all that because it happened, and who knows what would have happened, But like, I just think that New Day, they have their own. Like you just said, all three different things. Like they have their own careers, They have their own lives. Kobe just had a baby. Like let him have a singles run, by himself. If you had the whole Uso match with Xavier and him. Once that went down, Kofi singles back, boom. Biggie singles back on Raw. Keep going. That's what I would do.
Kofi and that IC run on SmackDown would have been dope. Kofi and Shinsuke, Kofi and Ricochet can go right now. Like I think that's. So yeah, man, we wanted to. We couldn't talk about that, and we ain't finna listen. Fuck you, Rich Holland. So we about to celebrate Black for the rest of these couple segments real quick, nigga. So one time down for Queen Sharmell.
Hit the horns, hit the bombs.
Oh, come on.
Queen Sharmell.
Matter of fact, you get your solo on, girl. You get your solo on because you have been inducted or have been introduced as the new inductee of the WWE Hall of Fame. Come on, you know what I'm saying?
And rightfully so, from anybody who has given their life to this art form for like years upon years and years and years, it has been a character we've seen on TV and loved. I believe.
And for these ignorant lots out here, because niggas think that Queen Sharmell is just only Queen Sharmell. You need a light?
No, I'm good.
I have her here.
I'm good.
For niggas who think that Queen Sharmell is just Queen Sharmell because of fucking Booker T, nigga, let me read you fucking Queen Sharmell's fucking resume.
They've been saying that?
Oh, yes.
You might have just watched SmackDown if that's the case. You guys didn't know what she did as a Nitro girl.
Oh, damn. Then I might not even have to fucking read it. My nigga off the top, let these bitch ass niggas know.
What
is you talking about?
So she's been doing her thing. I mean, if Queen, what's her name? Sherry can be in the Hall of Fame. Queen Sharmell definitely belongs in the Hall of Fame as well.
So back in the day, oh man, bro. First and foremost, she from Gary, Indiana.
Gary, Indiana.
Now, bro. Okay, so anybody that's a real nigga know about Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana ain't nothing to fuck with. Even though Mike and them boys from Gary, Indiana ain't nothing to motherfuck with, nigga. So for fucking Queen Sharmell, first and foremost, to get up out that dungeon, to get up out that slum, you dig? Oh, you think I'm laughing? Google Gary, Indiana, nigga. It is a hot dumpster fire, my nigga. Ain't never went back. Nigga, Queen Sharmell ain't never went back, dog. Now let me tell you right quick. She's an alumni from Spelman College, first and foremost. Okay.
All
right, so let's. She ain't just no wrestling bitch. You dig? She's an educated queen. You know what I'm saying?
I thought you were going to be like, she's an educated bitch.
I was gonna say that, nigga.
Here it comes.
You know me so. But like a wrestling fan, I had to swerve you, nigga. You thought you knew. And like Roddy Piper said, just when you thought you had all the answers, I changed the question.
Gosh, why do we gotta do this? Thank you, Queen Sharmell.
Oh man. Thank you, Queen Sharmell, man. We love you, Queen Sharmell. Also, Booker, I know I have phoned you a lot on this podcast, brother. You are also a pioneer to this. Mm-hmm. We appreciate you. Thank you.
I watch this podcast more than other people's podcasts because he just gives wisdom, and he honestly has grown a lot.
Oh,
he's like,
man.
He's a guy who he says
shit. Okay.
He's actually he's pretty smart in how he sees shit. I really like Booker T's take sometimes. He's evolved, but he also says that, hey, maybe I've been, maybe it's evolved past what I think. He's very aware of that. He might be an old guy talking down.
And I love also Booker from the simple fact too, dog. Listen, not a lot of people can do what Book did.
He's transitioning to UFC and being a promoter. I mean, an actual journalist for UFC. Like, to take your career and pivot it, do your own thing, your own wrestling promotion.
ESPN too, mind you.
Yeah,
like that's a wrestling show on ESPN, dog. That's Booker T talking wrestling on ESPN, dog. So,
not to mention he has his own company.
So what
reality of wrestling. Reality wrestling. And
getting wrestlers to the big dance.
Yeah.
And people think that WWE is the big dance. It's two big dances now. Listen, Rocky C. I apologize. I'm not familiar.
AQA, Roxy.
You know what I'm saying? Like her dream. My mom made it when she went to fucking WWE. AQA. She's at AEW doing her thing, and that is where she can shine the most. And I think right there lies in the balance of exactly what we're saying with wrestling. There is going to be a constant evolution with the business that us fans, we're going to have to also adapt with.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm 34. Eventually, I'm going to be Booker T saying the same bullshit. People like, this dumb nigga don't know what the fuck is going on. And and at the end of the day, I'm very self-aware, so I'll probably say that same thing. But there's no king without his queen.
Come on.
Thank you to Queen Charmel for all you've done with wrestling. I can't wait to see you at the Hall of Fame. You deserve it. She shouted me out at LA Media 2019, and she's like, "Oh, because I'm wearing that kind of like the Black Panther shirt."
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
I gave
that was one of the things that we should have did more. A lot of was. It was our first time being out there, but we had the camera, but we just didn't.
It was a movie. I
had an issue with just putting my camera in people's faces because I saw that there was so many people doing it. But here I am doing a podcast, and so many people are doing this. So guess what? If you see me at Wale Mania, I will have a camera. I will have a mic, and it's gonna be all up in your shit, dog.
Yeah, man, pull up.
To add on to the blackness of the podcast, we want to get into our Book and Black segment of the show. Word up! Shout out to our nigga Swerve.
Whose house?
Swerve, my nigga. Yo, all right. Transparency. Did not know or have an idea how impactful he was until I met him at MLW. Did not know about, the trajectory of what he could be until the first time. And the crowd, again, we talk about Black Crush. That's a black song, nigga. That's a black song. That ain't no motherfucking, that ain't no black writer, white singer, that ain't no white writer, but nigga, that's a black song, nigga. And that nigga got everybody with some rhythm in that. It's hard to get white people with rhythm, dog.
Yeah.
They were clapping on beat.
I was there
in Guilt Nightclub, my nigga.
Is that Guilt Nightclub, man?
Guilt Nightclub.
I remember the night he won the MLW championship against Matt Riddle. And that's when I knew both of those guys were going to be a star. Immediately.
I got to drop
that was the first time.
That's going to be in post. I got the footage on my phone.
That was the first time I saw both of those guys live in action. I mean, these guys are both going to be stars in WWE. Now, granted, Swerve made his way to AEW, and his stardom is just continuing to rise. I got to, when he left WWE, I said to him, we did like onward, upwards, brother. Because I truly believe that. No matter where you are, it's an upward trajectory. No matter if you're going to WWE, AEW, you're moving your career forward. And here in AEW, with a little more creative freedom, I see him with the grill on. I see him with the colorful dreads. He's now getting to express himself in a manner in which he didn't get to express himself in WWE. I wish we got to see Hit Row because that would have been so awesome to see them at WrestleMania. But hey, you know what we're gonna get? We're gonna get Swerve at AEW. I'm excited to see what he does there. Bucking Black, he just defeated. You good? Spit take.
What the fuck?
Bucking Black.
Can't wait to chop that up. Oh, this is a great episode, man.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, shout out to Swerve, Bucking Black. He's not Bucking Black for the list. Well, he's not dying over there. I'm gonna try to continue with this.
I'm fine. I'm just dying laughing is what I'm doing. Like, oh.
But Swerve, Swerve defeated Tony Ace in a great match on AEW Rampage, and he now seems to be getting involved with Team Taz and Bucking Black. Here's what I'm trying to say.
Go ahead.
What do you think about Keith Lee and Swerve tag team? I thought they could do something like that in NXT. Now, granted, I think this is temporary.
Hold on.
This is temporary. Not like
no. I'm not even going to show you, and this is why I'm not. Me and Chidi have not talked. Chidi know I got WWE 2K. Chidi just got WWE 2K. Chidi doesn't know that I have a my GM. I'm telling him right now I'm doing a my GM.
I gotta play you in that shit. It could be cool.
I have Swerve and Keith Lee as a tag team in my universe.
Oh. Hey.
So, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. You know, we talk about that motherfucking, you know, synchronicity between the two of us. Swerve can be exactly what Keith Lee needs and not want, and then they can boom. Because I ultimately believe Swerve and Keith Lee
are both single stars,
and together against each other would get business.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I want.
That's what it'd be. I'll be up.
So to piggyback off of you,
we never got to see that. Really?
I don't think so.
I don't think we got to see.
Not for the North American Championship. Nah.
Nah.
So what we get is, see, we saw their interaction. We get Shane, Ricky Starks. You know, we got Hobbs, Keith Lee. Somehow, you know, Swerve, because he's a baby. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Helps or comes out to help Keith Lee. The little begrudging kind of dap up handshake or whatever, tell a story, and they take on Team Taz. But then because I never thought Keith Lee deserved to be in that TNT Championship title picture. And also when Swerve got introduced, a lot of people were saying to put him in the team. No. Those are two guys that are world championship caliber competitors. So then therefore they need to then be portrayed
absolutely and
presented
absolutely
as that.
Absolutely.
So I need them to be.
And this is why I say it, because you see what they're doing with Daniel Bryan and Jon Moxley.
Absolutely.
They're both main event, top tier talents who are in the tag team.
Absolutely.
And that's how I see Swerve and Keith Lee, because while there is a clearly a lot of movement with Hangman Page, Adam Cole right now, we might get them again. They're doing their angle. In the meantime, we can tell stories with them too as a tag team, fending off Team Taz. Once that's wrapped up in a month or two, then we get Keith Lee versus Swerve, and who the winner of that can move on forward further. Doesn't matter who's winning, because they both win from being in the ring together, I think.
Absolutely.
You know? And if Swerve gets that victory, he's a perfect foil to a guy like a Hangman Page if he does a turn. I think that Keith Lee would be the one to stay baby. Swerve does a turn.
Absolutely.
And he can go after a Hangman Page. And then we see what we got there.
Swerve, listen, y'all gave me fucking Dante Martin versus Hangman Page. So ain't no way in the fucking world you can't tell me Swerve can't come out there with some confidence it throw a little bit of sauce on that motherfucking title picture.
He's one of the slickest wrestlers, man. Like I told you last week.
It's one of the widest titles in wrestling.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, man. Swerve or Keith Lee is who I'm betting on. Who could they have given it to by now?
As far as I do believe, realistically speaking, there has not necessarily, as much as Hobbs and Wardlow had the same trajectory, Hobbs did not need to be Team Taz or be in Team Taz as long. I do believe that if we're talking about putting character, but I know we're talking about.
I actually like Hobbs Team Taz.
I do too.
We didn't know who he was.
No, correct. And I thought the MJF Wardlow storyline would have been more of something that they would have told Ricky Starks and Hobbs.
Okay.
I thought that because I always thought that MJF and Wardlow worked for a time period necessary a little bit longer, because I also thought Wardlow was going to be the reason why MJF won the title. Yeah. I thought from that period of time, I thought that Wardlow would. I didn't see the Pinnacle. I didn't see a Shawn Spears. I never envisioned that, and even still, I don't see the benefit of them right now. You know what I mean? Because clearly, right? I see what they do now, but before any of that, it was Wardlow and MJF, and I thought that Wardlow was going to be the one. And then once MJF won the title, then we would have saw a little bit of the dismissal and disgruntled worker or whatever the case may be, and then he turned into the title picture. And then that's what I saw. But with all that being said, seeing Hobbs now and who he is, how he works, his persona in the ring, I separate that to who Hobbs is. Shout out to Righteous Reg, who gave a little bit of profile and a little bit of like who has a relationship with Hobbs and has the ability to kind of extract some of that. Hobbs is a baby. Like Hobbs' story.
Oh yeah.
If a lot of people want to integrate the realism, we talk about it, into wrestling. I do like Hobbs as a baby at some point in time, but regardless of the fact, you ask who could have gave the title to. I don't necessarily even think it could have been Black. I do think a brown champion, Andrade. I really do feel like they missed the boat when he came in and he was introduced with Vicky. I do believe that Vicky should have cachet at that point in time in that company. What they were doing with her as present as she was.
Gonna have him. Wasn't gonna have,
but Nyla was champion with Vicky, was she not?
No,
the title picture.
No, it's true. But why wouldn't work with Andrade is Kenny Omega was on his belt run, and he just started that when Andrade came in, and then I don't see that.
But see, my thing is,
Kenny Omega is in his.
So I want to tell this. So this is my correction. And Kenny had the AAA title, didn't drop it to Andrade. Andrade could have lost that match and won the AEW championship because they did tell that story between the two.
I would have liked that too. But the thing is that he didn't lose the AEW championship until it went to somebody that's a baby. That's why Andrade wasn't a baby. Like you would have to have. That's why I wouldn't see that happen. It needed to come back to Hangman Page, especially with the story they were telling from being a tag team.
Correct.
It needed to go full length. And he came in at the time where he was just going to be champion.
That was correct.
Now, granted, I think he could have been TNT champion by now, which I hear you with Andrade. TNT championship, him and Sammy could have, done an angle months ago. But hey, got Cody and Sammy.
Cody.
Nah, but Cody and Sammy was a good match.
Sammy was a good match.
But
horrible story.
The story wasn't really existing. It was just that Cody was leaving and there was 2 championships. And then you got
oh man.
But yeah, at the end of the day, with Black representation in AEW, I think we're getting that.
Yes, that's not an issue anymore. That's not an issue anymore going forward. They had we saw the Acclaim with Bowen, Max. We had Ricky, we had Hobbs, we had Swerve all on screen, and they ain't in no group. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God.
Listen.
Groups.
Listen.
Let me get disrespectful about groups.
Alright, I'm finna get disrespectful in this motherfucker. Look.
All right, this week we are taking Chidi Bangers off. Okay? We are pivoting and transitioning into a reasonable rant.
I'll sit back.
I just had a conversation, just 5 people on the screen weren't in a group. I mean, we had 2 niggas in one group, we had 2 niggas in another group, and we had a single nigga. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. What isn't fine is this motherfucking Jericho Appreciation Society.
Yeah.
The fuck is that? And you got some of the lamest, bruh. Daniel Garcia, hold on. Damn. Dog. You from the town, dog. I'm speaking directly to you, nigga. You dig? You from the town, brother. Yo, listen. You see this? You know this. Fresh dogs. That's Buffalo, nigga. You a Buffalo kid. Why are you associated with this? What the fuck is this? It's not a society, it's 5 people. You know, listen. Even I think the Bible's wrong. They say when there's more than 2 people, it's a fellowship. Nah, nigga, it ain't. It ain't. If 5 niggas ain't a society, my nigga. I don't. And let me tell you something. If Jake Hager got to pronounce another word with an S, my nigga. Okay, I'm done. Oh my God, brother. Oh, nigga, y'all, brother. Y'all could, yo, listen. Put that shit on dark, nigga. Don't put that shit the fucking wrong time, nigga. Fuck. And that concludes my reasonable rant. It wasn't even a rant. I tried to get some shit off my list.
Jericho Appreciation Society. I will say this. Jericho, no matter where he's at in any company, he's gonna find a way to make people talk about him. He is, like we said, and we've been a part of the Trade Appreciation Society in the past, that he's a legend in life. And what they go out there and do?
He's a legend in life.
He's a legend in life. But they looked at all the accolades and how they're associated with him. He donated to Daniel Garcia when he was going through his, tibia fracture.
Yo,
listen.
Daniel went through it, bro. Daniel and Kevin Blackwood, they went through some shit. I feel you, brother. But just pay him back. You know what I'm saying? Like, just give him the break. Like, get on the payment plan, my nigga. You feel me? Like, please, go slap William Regal or something, nigga. Like, that is waiting for you. That is for you.
That's for you.
And me. Like, the fuck? Damn, nigga. You think we want Yuta? Huh? You think we want Wheeler, motherfucker? The fuck? I'm done. This nigga gave us Wheeler because he want to be in a fucking society.
Listen, Jericho, I respect your ingenuity on riling people up because it worked. It worked. This is exactly what I knew was going to happen, especially the Daniel Garcia being inside that stable. However, this better have the same result that you did with Inner Circle. You actually did help those guys.
Bro, this is worse than the inner circle. I didn't think the inner circle could be worse, but this is worse. This is like, hold on. Hold on. He's gonna help 2.0? Nigga, they were fine, honestly. They were.
I can't stand 2.0.
That was perfect. That was perfect.
I don't like them as wrestlers.
But that's fine. Listen, I like to let me tell you something. I like to animate and they get their ass beat, and that's fine. I never take them serious. That is okay. That is fine. They need to be there, okay? But they brought Daniel Garcia in this, and I am so hurt. They got Chris Jericho, and he's supposed to be.
This is what we're supposed to do here. Daniel Garcia versus Chris Jericho. In about a year, that's the moment you make Daniel Garcia.
I'm going to tell you
that's what I'm saying.
I'm going to tell you this.
And he should beat his motherfucking ass.
I'm going to tell you this right now. Do not waste my time.
They are going to.
Listen.
They're going to for a couple weeks.
Garcia and Jericho, who wrote that shit? I hope it's just Chidi, because I can get his ass anytime.
Listen, man.
Pause.
Jericho just gave Eddie Kingston a big victory. Now he moves forward. Obviously, when you beat Jericho, when you're literally from the Indies, yes, it matters. So.
Bruh, this is going to lead to a stadium stampede.
Probably will, but
with Santana Ortiz,
but there's sports entertainers. It's literally a heel gimmick. Like Kayfabe is not dead. It's on me. It's a heel gimmick using the term sports entertainment in your face. If you can see it, you can see it. But like he's triggering people with that on purpose.
But he's not triggering me because like he's not okay. For the reasons that he's triggering me ain't the reason that he's triggering me. Okay, gotcha. I don't give a fuck about you being this. Chris Jericho, I love that you 2.0. Where the fuck you think I found you niggas at? You think I was looking for y'all niggas on the Indies? Huh? Really? I caught y'all niggas on NXT as sports entertainers. Okay, let's get that on. Listen, when Bryan Danielson mentions you by name, Daniel Garcia, and he offers you the extension, right? This ain't the island of relevancy here. No, this is the peninsula of professional wrestling. Okay, I'm offering you a raft on the peninsula of. Okay, would you rather learn from? No. Would you rather travel the road and be under the tutelage of Chris Jericho and Jake Hager, or William Regal, Bryan Danielson, and John Moxley? Okay, now what all five of them niggas got in common? Sports entertainment. What two of those five niggas don't got in common with the other three? Relevancy, motherfucker. Like, get the fuck away from them niggas. You with Jake Hager, dog. What you think you about to, what rub you about to get from Jake Hager, brother?
It's the Jericho Appreciation Society. You know? He's the biggest narcissist in the company. An influencer. The demo god.
He is, man. He is.
Listen, shout out to Jericho.
And he influenced this podcast. I ran too long enough.
He's done this many times. You know, love that. And we fall into the trap every single time.
Love that nigga to death, man. Where were you on January 6th?
That's what we really want to know.
Nigga, oh, where your wife was at? Cause I know you probably was wrestling. Where was Christine at?
Yo.
Oh, man. So we in AEW. Let's roll right into it. There was a main event.
Yes, indeed.
A lot of people are talking about this main event. I am not gonna hold you. I'm gonna let him talk about it.
No, tell me what you think.
It wasn't good.
Wow.
Was that match good?
Tell me why. I want to hear you first because I really want to know what was good about it.
First and foremost, congratulations, Thunder Rosa.
Yes.
Thunder Rosa deserved the opportunity. She deserved the platform. She deserved the spotlight. She deserved this moment. Because when Thunder Rosa came in as NWA Women's Champion, she brought legitimacy to that fucking division.
She did.
Hard stop. Thunder Rosa, when she came there and said, I'm here to fight and to put on women wrestling and to win championships. We talk about pillars of wrestling. That is 3 pillars of a fucking character right there. I want to fight. I want to win. I want to win championships.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Which I fuck with.
And she has been dragged down by the lack of character building from the A side of this feud. Britt Baker has been a hindrance to the growth of Thunder Rosa. I should be more excited and be more enthused.
No, you're right.
And should be more excited. But this was business and the performance and the ego that fits in the space between that. Right? Because the space in it can balance it. But the way the wind blow can tilt it. Right? If your ego gets in the way of your performance, you can't do good business.
But it gets you over. So is it good business for you?
Who's over?
Britt.
Britt's not over. Britt is right now. Britt has two Americas on Twitter. It's 2 Americans.
Okay.
It's 2 Americans on Twitter. As one side that's saying Britt did what was necessary in the first run, and she'll learn from it and get it back on the back end, and she'll learn from that. And
okay. Learn from what? What's wrong in the first run? That's my question.
Okay.
And I don't think because what's about the
the reason why I'm saying that is because the reason why I said it a couple weeks ago. Britt doesn't make challenges. Britt didn't make this feel important because of how she did business. Promos, ring work, performance in the match did not help Thunder Rosa feel like it was conquering, challenging, the biggest. That's Britt's job.
Yeah, you're right.
That's her job, and the performance of it is to make Thunder feel the big, like this is her biggest obstacle, and this is her biggest moment.
Britt, I was probably Becky Lynch. Correct. And I'm going to be honest, I give that to the Beckys and Sashas of the world.
And Charlotte's, yeah.
They can really, and even I don't even want to say her name, but she can do it too. But I'm not going to say her name. But yeah, the veterans.
You're talking about TV?
Yeah, she can do that.
TV's a good. And that's the thing. So listen. For people who've ever done anything wrong in life, please, like honestly, as a human being, just come to some type of realization between yourself and yourself.
There's a reason why she's not on television.
And just acknowledge it.
Yeah. Own up to your shit.
Whatever. Listen, Deshaun, he's going to plead the fifth. Got all the power in the world right now. NFL billionaires are smogging up the fucking planet to come see you in Houston to get you to their team because you have value. All you need to do, brother, is to say, hey, and blank, blank, blank. I don't even know what to say, but you got to say something.
For real. With great power becomes great responsibility, and only you know what goes on in your mind and behind closed doors of people and things and actions that you've taken. So with TB, with Deshaun Watson, with anybody who has skeletons in their closet and who are great in what they do, own up to your shit.
Now, to pivot to what you were saying with Britt, and I want to bring that together. Now, Britt,
she's the opposite.
She's a good person. She's a good person.
Great at what she does, but can she put that?
But that now we talk about growth of person, growth of self, evolution of self.
Because she don't need nothing anymore. DMD is established.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The work that needs to go in now on her end is, okay, how can I make them care? Because ultimately, as performers, as wrestlers, single star, they gotta care about me first.
Yeah.
If a nigga care about me, then I can make them care about somebody. But they gotta care about me first.
Yeah, true.
But they care about her not in the manner of how they need to care about her.
I will say
And
this:
she has power over that.
Once the DMD got over, and you got CM Punk and MJF give you props, everybody give you props. From that moment forward, it's your job to pivot and get other people over.
Bro,
And what we got was more DMD every single week. You talking shit. And we've seen this all the time.
And don't get me wrong, Bianca does it every week with EST.
Yeah.
And when she was put in those, she's not. First and foremost.
No, but Bianca hasn't made anybody either. Let's be real. Yeah, not yet. She's still the one that's being made. And I think that,
wow.
So they're young. Like, this is what's going to happen. They're not, like, veterans that are like, now it's my turn to get back. So they're still being made. Their legacies are being made.
So damn, yeah, and no feud, right? Has Bianca,
because she's still the one. She's still the number one lady on that roster right now. To me, Bianca Belair is the top wrestler, probably one wrestler in the world, or even wrestler if you want to even say it, because she just has she
potential star by anything,
rings
like
bells. Yeah. Britt Baker has that potential too. And to maintain and become that veteran, you gotta hold your shit. You gotta come out there and talk your shit, and it's your job to get fucking over. It's not her job to get Thunder Rosa over. It's Thunder Rosa's job to get herself over. So that's how I would be if I was young in the business. I'm not trying to get nobody else over.
Now, with that being said, did you see anything wrong with Did you see anything wrong in the match? Because a lot of people
enjoyed it.
A lot of people are saying that they, like you say, astute eyes to the game are saying that there was no selling, and there was Britt not like, even with the stunner, you know what I mean? Like, it just.
Here's what I'll say: Britt likes herself a lot. She likes the camera. Britt loves the camera. She needs to cut it out. She needs to cut it out. She needs to get into the action. She got to get into the match and sell for that moment to matter as much as it should. And that, I got to give her a knock on that. So this was one on my bangers. If I were to have a banger, I'm not sure what number would have been.
Now, with Thunder and with the roster, now get Serena Deeb. Serena Deeb can go after this title.
That's true. That's what I've been waiting for. And Serena Deeb definitely deserves that spot. She's been killing it.
Yes, sir.
So,
yes, sir.
And she got to take Sheet out again.
Oh, well, sure. It's over for that. Damn, we weren't supposed to do that together.
Yeah, no. What's next? We can talk a little bit of NXT because AEW I think is over with. I mean, we got the MJF turned on Wardlow.
Yeah,
we'll see that follow up. There's nothing big that happened outside of Adam Cole and Triple Threat. You got a victory over Hangman, so that's going to be continuing.
Shit, honestly, since we're talking about nothing big, niggas, nothing big that happened on Raw or SmackDown either. Outside of we talk about big, like what else? I know we're gonna get into NXT because I'll probably end this. That's
Raw.
The midweeks of the middays of wrestling, Tuesdays, Wednesdays is I can flick on, and even though I got basketball on Tuesdays, I got basketball on Wednesdays. Like, I am able to engage myself back and forth with the wrestling on Tuesday. On Monday and Friday, I have something else to do. Like, I'm watching it.
Monday
I'm watching it. Right?
I will watch.
But like,
and if you don't have my attention, I will walk away from that television screen, and it will be, static noise in the background.
It'll be on.
It'll be on sometimes. I'll be like, tune it in. And it will just be in the background. I'll give you a rating because we got a pod to do, However, you guys haven't done shit to get us excited for WrestleMania. I'm going to be real. Like, I'm not excited personally to see anything but Bianca and Becky, clearly just for the booking of the match, because I want to see if Bianca gets another moment in WrestleMania, which she deserves. And if she does get this second moment at back-to-back WrestleManias, then she's number one on that roster. She's number one in the entire WWE. And I do believe
it's Roman and Bianca.
It's Roman and Bianca, yeah.
Yep.
And I do believe that's how WrestleMania should end. But if I could see that months away, like I could have called that from freaking December, then how can is Kayfabe for me dead? Maybe it's not for everybody.
Well, but that goes back to what I'm saying. Like week we book shit. We fantasy book
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So like, if you can, like you said, if you can see it back in December.
I wanted Bianca and Charlotte because that's what I would have been like. Okay, Bianca and Charlotte WrestleMania. She's beating the Queen 1-on-1. That's the point where I'm like, all right, it's
now when you talk about longevity, legacy, do you not think that this is Bianca 4 straight manias against all 4 horsemen? And could you see that? No, I'm saying in the 6 seconds of the year, she got Sasha. She gonna have Becky next year. Maybe she get Belly or Charlotte, and then she and then her capsule and her legacy is that she on every biggest stage was a no moment too big. Oh yeah, we coming for you, nigga. Exactly. No, every mania, I'm coming for one of you, baby, because they are the standard. Oh shit, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Like they are the standard of women's wrestling.
They're like pretty much goated already, those 4 women. And her taking those victories would be huge for her legacy going forward. You know, absolutely. I'm long-term booking. But outside of even that, like it's like, okay, Seth, we have no idea what he's doing.
Yeah.
Kevin and Stone Cold are gonna have a moment. Cool. Just show me what is gonna happen. It'd be nice for people to see Stone Cold again.
Yeah. It's happening on Saturday, so we gonna fucking lose our shit.
Yeah, we'll be there to see
as much as this nigga don't give a fuck. I'ma have a phone like this nigga, and I'ma see the elation on this nigga face when that glass shatter, nigga. He like,
I'm gonna be what? Pushing pigs. You play.
Yeah, nigga. When that glass shatter,
yeah,
it ain't gonna matter. That nigga go.
And then you got Brock Lesnar on SmackDown chasing Paul Heyman, and who knows what Ricochet is gonna do with their title championship. And you got Johnny Knoxville, Logan Paul, and to me, WrestleMania, you guys got us there. It's cool.
I think one of the conversations I wanted to have with the pod, and the reason why I spoke about Raw and SmackDown the way I did is because one of the conversations I wanted to talk to you about was legitimately as a business model, as an entity, right? You just said that you're not excited about WrestleMania, but you said, of course, that you're still going to watch. Yeah. And and when you say, but this is the thing, right? When you say, we talk about the subjectiveness about what I like, what I don't like, what you don't like. There are a million fans that are probably exactly just like you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm one of them. I am one of those million fans. I'm not excited, but I'm going to watch. And so from business-wise, when we talk about optimization, right, of a business, if WWE doesn't have to put that much effort into their weekly show, if WWE doesn't have to put effort into their monthly pay-per-views, if WWE don't have to put effort into the biggest fucking thing that they're known for, and we're still going to spend money, watch, go and do it. Like, and what is the incentive? What do we have to offer to incentivize change?
Stop the podcast. That's what it would have to be. Honestly, we can't because we're in it too. Like it's like the mafia, and we're in it. No matter what, there's not going to be change unless we cry and shout about it, like Kofi and Daniel Bryan, and then it spreads beyond the wrestling bubble. Kofi may just spread beyond the wrestling bubble. Daniel Bryan, yes, spread beyond the wrestling bubble, and that's why. Then they see that there's money behind it. That's the only way, because we saw the Pat McAfee interview with Vince. It's very telling. Very telling. If you saw Vince even with Austin Theory a couple of months ago, I'm like, yeah, this guy thinks interestingly, because he's like, oh, you gotta give him what they want, but you can't tell them to give them, but you gotta give them what they do want. So you can tell he kind of making fun of the wrestling fans.
I mean, he knows but that's the thing. He knows what we want.
We gotta expect it, but if we don't expect it, then it's not good.
I mean, it goes to the Cody there. It goes to the Rock situation. It goes to calling Bianca. It goes to like, okay, I can give them what they want some of the time, give them not what they're expecting some of the time, but ultimately I gotta give them what the fuck I want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm telling you, you're gonna keep doing this, so there's nothing that we can do.
And the reason why, the only reason I'm sorry that I'm
hey, we did get black champions,
right?
So I'll say that, you know, we did get representation. We got Bianca and Becky at the main event of WrestleMania last year. Bianca and Sasha, excuse me, at the main event of WrestleMania last year. I do think that there are moments, and that's what we got to look forward to.
But when we talk about the power of our voice, why are we using that to implement change in storylines and storytelling? Why won't we use that power and that energy to necessitate change within how the business is actually manufactured? So then, therefore, we don't have to even worry about that. Like, if we want to really
you
make
guys should hire me, hire him. That's changing the business. That is changing the business. And honestly, not just hire us to just do your dirty work. Hire us and give us an actual voice in the writing room. Because black people need to be heard. Not just black people, creative people that are having a little bit of like, hey, let's give something for the old school fans. You know, let's give something for the fans that want a little bit of this. And there's certain things that I know that Vince just can't give us. Dan Bryan said this week that he said he wanted to bleed. And Vince is like, I just can't give you that. You know, like, so if that's...
Yeah, there's definitely shit for the culture that you can't give us.
You know, so you know, and I get it. But there are ways of going about it where it's not like, all I see when I watch Raw and SmackDown, like, oh my dollar bill. I almost can't get out of my mind sometimes. Like, because when I see some talent like Seth Rollins in this shitty ass angle to WrestleMania, and we're weeks away, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
Nigga,
you know?
But that's why. Well, that goes back to me, and I say the difference between you and I, and that's why it's dope. My sports and my wrestling, they're the same. It's a competitive thing. I know one is scripted and one isn't, but so is my real sports. Like, fuck out of here, nigga. It's scripted. It's fucking scripted. Listen, you telling me what the fuck is a salary cap? I don't know what the fuck a salary cap is. Do anybody know what a salary cap is? Of course not, because I could just move your money that I owe you for a salary cap to a salary bonus and then clear my salary cap. Okay, then why can't nobody else? Like, if that's like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's shit like that can be fucking done right to the construct of how niggas do money. It's bro. Woody Johnson, your owner of the Jets. Jerry Jones, my owner of the Cowboys.
I don't know how he's signing so many people. I'm like, Woody, what the fuck is going on?
Nigga, we ain't got no money. But how they got? But these are the richest niggas in the world. Like, nigga, what the fuck you mean we ain't got no money? That's why they hire, like you say, the smartest people to be like, figure out how I can motherfucking give DeMarcus Lawrence fucking $65 million.
It's like, just figure out to give us the most money at WrestleMania, the most tickets to WrestleMania, and that's what.
And Nick Khan came from
Floyd Mayweather. We got Bad Money, big international stars.
Listen,
we got Jackass the movie. You know, we love that.
Yes,
that's the conversation going on. And I'm like, all right, cool. We can have those fucking conversations then. Have those conversations. Bring those guys to WrestleMania. It shouldn't be half of each show. Honestly, it shouldn't. I know it's not half, but
but it is. It is. And we got Logan Paul and Pat McAfee on Sunday, and we got Austin and I think that Rey Mysterio match. And Sammy and John Knoxville is going to be on Saturday. Now, but this is where I want to talk to you about how we consume our content and how I receive it. Right. When you talk about when I see Raw and I see SmackDown and I see WrestleMania and that's dollar bill. That is correct, because when I see a Fast 10 or I see a remake of this or
that's how you see it too.
Bel Air, you know what I mean? Like when I see music that gets sampled because niggas own the rights, I'm like, shit, if I own it, I could just rerun it, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Or I do see a lot of dollar bill, and there's not a lot of great content being produced.
So this is what I'm saying.
It's not a lot of
we
great
take our
content.
time, because everything goes in cycles in life. The content creators over the next couple of years are going to be the ones to succeed, are going to be the ones that take their time and do it the way they want to do it. And I think that AEW, they took their time with a lot of things. They're not hitting on everything, granted, but they have a vision. They take their time with it and they get there. I'm telling you, WWE can implement a little bit of that. And there's a balance between business and that. And I think that Vince kind of turned his back on the way he used to be, because it was like, I used to care about people. They have somebody sick at home, and you got to fire them. Now I got the stockholders to abide by. So it's like, oh, okay, then I can fire people I don't want to, but it is what it is, just business.
I mean, that is. I mean, I saw a tweet.
I think that we need a balance.
I saw a tweet that, and that's why I say this is why I say use our voice for something that matters. I saw a tweet that said a guy's job went out. A job posted a guy's job to replace him because he didn't come to work.
Wow,
but he died.
Oh wow!
Because he didn't come to work. They posted a job and said, "Hey, right? Amazon niggas pissing in bottles. You don't order from Walmart, right? It is go." How do billionaires make trillions of dollars during a pandemic, right? And we are struggling as a society. We talk about Vince making all this money and releasing all of these fucking workers. Why? And his ideology is like, well, shit, business ain't shit. I created a WrestleMania weekend for these niggas to go make their money elsewhere.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, right. You know what I mean? Like,
brilliant, man. He's a genius in his own right. Here's what I would say to Vince today. Like, listen, bring the heart and soul back as much as you can to the business. Because we are missing that.
Oh my God!
Because I do believe
this is a great question. Can there be a heart and soul in business?
I do believe so.
We're going to be a business with a heart and soul.
What AEW did with Brody passing and how they handled it with tact. I don't think they did that with trying to make money. I think they did that because we honored this guy. We honored him for what he provided to the business and took the time to make a show. And it wasn't like a quick little thing at the beginning of the show and then it's over. No, they booked the matches around people that were really, wanted to do it in his honor and put these matches on. So I think there's a way to do about it, and AEW's still here. They didn't go out of business because of that, like they're still here. So I think there's a manner in which you can do that. But when you become a corporation, I'm not sure what that looks like. But I know this. There is something that Vince wants in life still. There's something that of purpose that he can look to and say, you know what? This is my goal. If that goal is strictly tied to his money in his pocket to do it, that's why we're getting what we're getting.
No, I think his goal is, he's living his goal. His goal was to be the Disney of his corporation is equal to Walt. Is Walt equals Vince? They are equal. They created their own universe. They created their own characters. They create
if he's already living it, he's just retired. That's my thing. Because then let somebody come in here and bring some heart to.
But I think the reason why I'm asking about, and I get the Brody and the AEW situation, because I know Vince have done that before, right? Did it with the Owen, the tribute, the whole show, Eddie. And while he didn't know at the time, but he's done it.
Yeah,
I do believe that. I don't know if Scott News comes a couple hours before Raw. Is there a rewrite? I don't know, because shit, that montage was 11 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like they put niggas to work to get something done to commemorate who that guy was for that company. Yeah. And granted, Scott Hall wasn't Hulk Hogan. He wasn't a pillar of being built. But as we talked about at the beginning of the show, he changed the construct and how they had.
And that's the thing. That's the best part of the show. That tribute, and that's what I shouldn't be saying. Somebody should have to die, for this to be heart and soul. And with AEW, I think that CM Punk and MJF has heart and soul even in the storyline. Even though I know it's business. Bringing me CM Punk's not just to fucking bring CM Punk just because we want to see him. No, they're making money. They're selling T-shirts. They're selling all types of shit. That. Still, though, I feel like you guys took your time with it. You guys got us to a point where the match felt special. And
they didn't have to have a whole bunch of writers and shit like that.
Yeah. I think there's a balance in it, and I think that when you look at the money, especially in the day-to-day, listen, you're billionaire already. You're gonna not one more dollar is gonna make your life that drastically different. Make the art special. Leave your legacy with the art. If he already has, don't be wrong. Like, I'm not saying that he hasn't done it, but I'm saying, like, continue to make better, more quality stories in WWE going into the biggest show of the year. And maybe we'll get it after WrestleMania. Who knows? Maybe the WrestleMania Backlash will be better. Maybe for me.
Maybe SummerSlam will be better.
Maybe SummerSlam will be better for me.
I mean,
But WrestleMania this year, it seems like it's a just spectacle and the most stupendous.
It's the most stupendous
for me. But I guess for the majority of fans or the world,
I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be stupendous because
we Rousey, you got Brock Lesnar, you
fuck
got
what he
Logan
talking
Paul.
about. I don't want to cut you off. Fuck what he talking about. It's gonna be fucking stupendous. Cause guess what? We gonna be fucking there.
We're gonna be there. We're gonna be high.
We're gonna be fucking one of the 100,000 people. And I ain't never been to that fucking stadium. I ain't never been around that many fucking people. And I don't know what I'm gonna feel when I get there.
And then afterwards, if I feel differently, I'll come here and I will say, you know what? I get it.
That was
But we'll see. We'll see.
Man, before we get out of here, man, we're gonna talk one time about the horniness of NXT. We'll fuck the show. Nigga, just get the fucking just
I would love to be a star.
Black dog.
I would choose to go to NXT.
Bruh, this is the best nigga. This is the best. I get to do what? Oh, with who? Oh,
I mean, but they're trying to give Dr. Umar a heart attack with this guy Malik Blade.
Hey,
this is a blasphemy.
Yo, my nigga, mama was like,
living the
brother,
code.
it's only March. Oh man. Yo, that ass though. Start an OnlyFans NXT. I'll buy that shit. Speaking of OnlyFans, Tony Storm.
She got OnlyFans. Okay, shout out to Storm.
Yeah, that might be a business expense.
I think she knows what she got. Use it.
Yeah, that might.
Business expense. Credit card.
That shit might have to get a credit card right now. File out for taxes, nigga.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a woman's world. Honestly,
yo, man,
it's a woman's world,
bruh. And that nigga Dexter Lumis and 6'5" Duke Hudson are living in it, nigga.
Yeah,
they are living in it, bruh. Like, oh man, yeah. Shout out to all the fucking sexiness happening on NXT. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's okay. Listen, Malik out there with his shirt off. Yo, hold on, brother. What's the other nigga name? Yo, untuck that fucking vest, would you?
Which I think that's Malik. Am I wrong? Is the other one?
Listen, all black niggas don't look the same.
They're new.
But what I'm telling you is, if you got a sweater vest tucked into your trousers, you ain't getting no pussy anyway, brother. I don't give a fuck if she was into you or not. The pussy's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? The bitch mind, the heart can be into you, but that pussy ain't yours.
Listen,
untuck that vest, nigga.
If this doesn't end with him getting Manny Rose, it's a travesty. It's a travesty. This whole angle, I'm not with it. Don't fuck with it. But NXT, yeah, figure something out, man. No, I don't fuck with Tony. Whatever his fucking name
D'Angelo,
is.
bro.
It's Fugazi. He's Fugazi. Get out of here with that shit. He ain't the Don of NXT. He's Fugazi. And that's it. You know, golf is just not working for me. I don't need us open the show with two guys from Ohio talking about the NXT Championship. I'm good.
I mean, shout out to niggas, again, making it out of Ohio. It's trash out there, brother. Like, so... I'll come down to Florida and talk about my time there. I used to live in the worst state. Boo! No, boo them, motherfucker. Go there, motherfucker.
I don't want to see Robert Roode on NXT without Glorious playing. Like, everything is about NXT outside of the horniness.
Hey, that is why we come there. No pun intended.
And then,
we got to show that, man. Damn, that was a great pun. We come there. And with that, that's it. I thought we were good. No,
you can end the fucking show. Go for it.
No, what you about to
Patreon.
No, what you about to say, brother? They get an exclusive. This is live. When they get
Cora Jade, you can't trap all the tag team girls and then get your ass beat in the parking lot.
Oh yes, she can, because she ain't. Why is she? Listen,
you get caught slipping after doing all that thinking. And then planning.
This gotta be the most I don't give a fuck women's title match ever came across. Bro, when I tell you this ain't even a bathroom break, I don't know what I can do for that long time, nigga.
Your soul goes somewhere else.
Nigga, bro, I'm strictly gonna be on Twitter.
Yeah, stand and deliver, man.
You know what we gonna do? We gonna sit down and not show up. That's what we're gonna do. Man.
Yeah.
That triple threat gonna slap though, but hopefully it turns into a 4-way.
Oh yeah, the tag team. Yes,
I needed to be a 4-way. I needed to be Creed, GYV, MSK, and then I need MSK to debut the next night.
Well, who tagged? Who didn't somebody like attack Creed Brothers?
I mean, don't you think it was Imperium? Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Who else did you think?
Probably.
Okay.
I didn't know. I don't have an idea.
Yeah.
So you said 4 teams. I'm like, oh, maybe.
I thought well, GYV and Creed just had a little backstage thing. So I'm thinking like maybe GYV beats them and then they get fucking added to the match and it's a 4-way. But ultimately, if it's just a triple threat of Imperium, MSK, and Creed, go on, brother. Please, steal the show.
What up? Tag team, we got Io Shirai and girl Haley Ray going against Toxic Attraction. Cool. I'm glad to see that.
I'm not. I'm
a big fan of Io, so
I'm there. Yeah, but I mean, just give me the interest and just have her walk out. That's what I want. She needs to be on Raw too, nigga. She needs to be debuting.
True.
So don't get hurt. That's what I'm saying, man. We need Io and Charlotte.
True.
That's it. We need Io and Charlotte. Like that. That would have been great. But I understand Ronda's coming back. She's gonna put a stronghold on that title. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, we'll see.
But
that's the show.
NXT. Yeah, man, y'all, nigga. I can see.
NXT started only.
Bro, I was.
Bro, business.
Hold on, you want to talk about nostalgia? That is equivalent to what I was looking at 10 years old when niggas is showing titties and the kiddies doing fucking Bronco Busters and Braun panties matches and shit like that.
I wouldn't say it's the equivalent. I wouldn't say that.
And, I mean,
they're trying to.
They fucking. Bro, they are fucking.
What is going on at the PC? I guess
it's Orlando, so it's just a lot of fucking down here. Like niggas is horny.
I'm not gonna lie. I tried that season retention shit. Last about 14 days. That is my birthday, so you guys know I have a birthday. Shout out to Jeremiah.
I feel like sleep on my birthday. Nigga, is it quiet? Okay, cool.
You get extremely horny. That's what happens. And they're doing that in NXT. It makes sense, or if they're trying to,
what they do is secret retention. It's a form of these things.
Discipline.
I just gotta fuck something down here. Oh man, thank you guys for listening, man. We's Wrestling Podcast.
All love. Everything is wrestling.
Yes, sir.
Check out EIWshop.com. Option merch.